Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the Mike of Mike, the premier business radio program around. I'm your host, Mike King. Appreciate you being here with us. We're coming to you from the ESPN studios, otherwise known as the Mike King Biz Radio Studios. We are a social enterprise business show. So join me as our cutting edge show. We uplift the community and showcase RVA in a different way. You can follow me on social platforms, which is hashtag on the mic with Mike RVA, as well as Mike King Biz. I don't work for the radio station that you hear me on. My program just airs here on a daily basis, and I'm grateful of that. Hey, we left the light on. A friend of the family came back. Warren is back from Boys to Men.
Woo, woo.
Back to mentoring program. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having us
But
back.
every time I see you, you don't roll solo.
No.
You never roll solo. And this is different. This time, you're always with a bunch of guys.
Yes, sir.
But it's a little different now. All right, so tell the folks who Boys to Men Mentoring is, and then we're going to talk about the guests that you brought with us, because this is a different take now.
It is.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Floor is
so
yours.
Boys to Men is a group mentoring organization, and what we do is we create a safe and consistent space for young men ages 12 to 17 to talk about their feelings. We work within the school systems through the Greater Richmond and Tri-Cities area, as well as in the community. So set up these group mentoring circles where youth are brought in, and yeah, they just get to talk about what's going on.
One of the things, and a lot of times you guys call it circles.
We do call it circles.
And let's explain and have you explain why that's so important when you talk about why the communication, because they turn into grown men who don't express themselves. You know, like my generations are all together. We don't talk about stuff.
It's true. Yeah. So what we try to do in that circle is create a container. We don't set rules, we set guidelines, but the guidelines are set by the youth that are a part of it. So that way they can buy into the experience. And we create a safety where they can see from us as men, we tell our truth. That's how we start the year. When we go into a school year, we talk about our truth, what's going on for us, what we were like at their age. And then that helps them kind of buy into the experience. And what they see over time, as either they share themselves or through the work of others within the group or within the circle, is processing what's going on for them and how to find support, how to language it. A lot of times we want as men to maybe bulk up or use our fists or just kind of shut down. So this is a different approach, and the approach is just what is the actual root feeling: happy, sad, mad, glad, shame.
One of the things it's always cool to talk to you. So we're always talking about men, and it's either the fight or shut down, but there's so many areas in between that, and that's why it's important with the communication that you guys are talking about. So when you come in the past, you come with guys.
Yes, come with some of our participating.
So the people have gone in, they're in the program, they've gone through the program. It's different now.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about who you brought with you today.
So I brought Keegan and Erica. They are two of our Virginia Commonwealth University School of Social Work school interns. And so every year we work with VCU. They've been a great partner of ours, and they assign interns to our organization that get to come and sit in circles. So both Erica and Keegan are just about to go into circles. So they are Bachelor of Social Work students.
There you go. All righty. Erica and Keegan, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Well, we didn't talk already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there anything left? Okay, what we got to do is recreate what we talked about before right now. All right, tell folks who you are and where you're from.
I'm Erica. I am a senior at VCU School of Social Work, and I am from Montclair, New Jersey.
So why we got a VCU bridge? She up there raising the roof. Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you. Oh, yes. And
I'm Keegan. I'm also a senior at VCU, and I'm from Suffolk, Virginia.
All righty. Social work, going into school. When you went to VCU, were you going there for social work?
I was not. I actually was going for nursing. And so I got all the way to nursing school and decided that I didn't want to be as into the sciences as I thought I wanted to be. I wanted to help people, but I wanted to do it in a different form. And so I found social work. I didn't know that social work was like a real thing. Yeah. And I got introduced to social work from my mentor, and here I am. I changed my major to social work, and I'm a senior, and I'm getting ready to be out of here.
You're ready to, okay. So when you look back on it, you were always a social worker when you were a kid.
Yes.
You were doing the work. You just didn't know you were doing the work.
Yes. I didn't know the title.
You didn't know the title, but you were doing it.
Yes.
Right here. All righty, man. You were always that guy too?
No, I actually went into college knowing that
You-
I was gonna do social work. Yeah.
Okay, what was the draw to social work when you were to go to college, knowing what you're gonna do?
So I mostly was introduced to social work through my mother. She's a hospice social worker, so she takes care of.
Okay, man, there you go.
Yeah.
So you understood what time.
I knew the truth.
It's funny when shout out to mom, because I was a medic for a long time in the army. My wife is a nurse. But I never dealt with hospice. So my sister-in-law went to hospice. Those are different people.
Yeah.
That's a whole different world. Because that's, getting into life dignity and all those things right there. So shout out to mom. So mom laid the groundwork for you to.
Here for moms.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, mom. Alrighty, so when you get to VCU and you're in the School of Social Work, now you're meeting with other people who think like you. Because a lot of times you guys are out there, everybody ain't a caretaker. So a lot of times people are looking at you like you're a little different. But now what's it feel like when you get to VCU and all of a sudden you're finding people who kind of have that same idea?
It's kind of rewarding, I guess, because you're with like-minded people, and sometimes like when I'm out in public and people say certain things or use a certain term that's not like politically correct, I guess you would say. It's difficult, I feel like it's in our nature that we want to fix the right or the wrongs of the world. So when I got to social work and saw all these people around me that kind of thought the same as me, it just kind of felt rewarding.
Well, that's good. How about you?
It's very encouraging because my family and friends always tell me I'm social working them to death. And I love that because it's just that I see the world through a different lens and I want people to be more aware. And I guess that's what I'm doing, is just making people more aware, making my friends and family more aware that, that comment you made, like, watch that comment you made. But it's very encouraging to be around other students that are like-minded, because it's really hard when you're in the world or you're just walking on the street and people are doing like crazy things, or they don't like maybe see the good in things. So when you're with other people that are your age and they see the good, or they're on the same track and they have the same goals as you, it's very encouraging. And like Keegan said, it's very rewarding.
Alrighty, so where did the idea or the first time you heard of Boys to Men? Where did that come from?
So we have an internship, and so we had to fill out an application, and basically we could rate what kind of population you wanted to work with. And so I love children, and so of course children was my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I ended up with Boys to Men is where I got placed, and I really feel like I fit right in. I agree with their morals and their values, and the goals that they have in their organization. So that's how I got to Boys to Men.
Okay, how about you?
I heard of it when I first found out that I was placed at Boys to Men. Yeah, I just heard it for the first time through them, and then I really got to know it more when I first met Warren.
So when you look over at what's the best part about going to VCU and being in a school of social work?
I guess for me, it's kind of great because it's close to home, far enough away that nobody's knocking on my door
Exactly.
times. So that's good. And just I knew that VCU had a great social work program.
Okay, so I didn't know that one. So
Yeah, VCU does have a really good social work program. It's very much on the map, but also you made me lose my train of thought.
Well, I'll say this,
I got
as they're
excited.
thinking, we get a gift from them. So we have 6 from Virginia Commonwealth and 2 from Virginia State interns that are a part of our organization for this school year. And I feel like it's a gift because while they all have this similar passion for social work, they're all different. They all come from different backgrounds. They all have had different experiences. And to our youth, that's incredibly important because when they sit in a circle, it's good to see guys like me who are 40, who, have had some life experience, but to see people who are just a little bit older, who still have kind of some of that raw emotion, still have some of that, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? They relate in a way and connect in a way that's different. And it's just incredibly powerful. So I'm super grateful for the gift of these 2 for Erica and Keegan, as well as the other 6 that we have.
Alrighty, so for folks out there who don't understand, so Boys to Men, you're in schools. Name some of the schools that you're in.
Yeah, so we're within Chesterfield County, so all middle schools, except for Carver Middle, we're at Carver Academy 360. We're hopefully going to be at the Chesterfield Recovery Academy, which is a brand new high school for those that are recovering. We're in Hopewell High. We're in Petersburg. We're at Prince George School of Education. We are also going to be partnering with CIS of Richmond to be at River City and Fairfield, and with Henrico Gibbs to be a part of Wilder. So we are in Henrico, Richmond, Hopewell, Prince George, Petersburg, Colonial Heights, Chesterfield. So if
You're just out there.
Yeah.
But you also, a lot of it is tied to schools, but you have a community group as
Yes,
a
we do.
catch-all.
Yeah, so we actually, our first community group is this coming Monday on September 19th, and it will be at Tomahawk Brewerton Club. And it's 5 to 7. We feed the youth that are there. Boys to Men is great because there's no cost to the youth and there's no cost to the family. All we need is just for you to reach out. So btmba.org. You can reach out and say, I've got a youth that's 12 to 17. I'd love for them to be involved. If they can't get out of the house, we also offer virtual circle that'll start early
really?
October.
Is that new?
No, we had it last year. We had it because of the pandemic and we kept it. And I actually facilitate that circle and I love it because youth who show up to a virtual circle, they want to be there.
And you can reach people, the distance getting there, you cut all of that out.
So you got a friend in Philly, they can be a part of the circle. Why not?
One of the things that we talked about and always say, changing the world ain't cheap, easy, or free. Like, what does Boys to Men need? You guys have a lot of events going on. What are some of the things that you guys need to be able to help do what you do?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike, for asking that question. So I'll say we have great corporate sponsors already. AT&T has been a great sponsor of ours. DuPont has stepped up and been a great sponsor. Hopewell Manufacturing Association, a lot of the Rotary clubs and Knights of Columbus organizations are all there. But if you have a business and you want to know that the money that you're giving to a nonprofit is directly affecting youth, then yeah, reach out to me and let me know. If you're more interested in sitting in a circle, you're a man or a woman or someone on that journey who is looking for a way to give back and be a part of the process, then yeah, please reach out. We'd love to have you be a mentor.
All right, Keegan, I always ask people when they come in, what's happening in the streets? How are people doing out there? Now, most of the people are not social workers and they don't see the world from that lens. But how do you see people out in the streets coming out of the pandemic? And when people, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, when somebody starts off and they take that big breath, it's gonna be like, woo-wee. Exactly. It's yours.
It just feels like everybody's like disconnected. Like I commute to school, so I'm not really like around Richmond City, but I just walk around campus and it just seems like nobody attempts to make us effort to like socialize.
Do you think now? I don't want to sound like the old man because you know with the phone. Do you think that could be it? Because my whole crew and everybody that I know and care about is in my phone, so I can just walk around like this right here. We have to make an effort to get out of the phone, and because we deal people so much in the virtual reality, whether it's Zoom, when we meet someone like we never met before in person. Because we deal so much in that. So you feel that people are disconnected. Okay. Erica?
I feel like there's a lot of desensitization and just like, it's hard for us to really articulate like what's good and what's bad. And also there's a lot of fighting. So there's a lot of division between people just because like, you know, there's a lot of division between people. I always tell people like, we don't like the same color. We don't want the same food for dinner. So why would we agree on bigger things? And that's something really important to think about because it's okay that we all have our own beliefs, but it's important to still be there for each other because we're all here on this earth together. And if, you know, Warren doesn't have, I should be able to help Warren. If Keegan doesn't have, I should be able to help Keegan and vice versa. And I think that's really important is that we come back together as like an actual community. Like there's no togetherness in the community. So a lot of division, that's what I see right now is a lot of division.
One of Mike ESPN Richmond, that's where we bring you the best and the brightest, and that's what we have today. Erica and Keegan are here with Boys to Men. Warren is rocking with us. Always great when he comes in. What events do you have coming up?
So Monday, September 26th, we've got a golf tournament and we've got a few sponsorships available and potentially a couple of single golfer opportunities. So they can go to btmba.org/golf if they want to be a part of that.
Is that's a silent auction? You have all those things that
We
go
have a
with that?
silent auction that goes with that. We have an evening on the green the night before. We have Jeff Critterton that comes in. He's a two-time long drive champ, and he does a seminar. And he'll also be on the course the next day helping drive some balls. You can kind of tip him to send your ball pretty far. So
No,
we have
that's
that on the
cool, man.
26th, and then all of our
Anything to
circles
make
are
a buck
starting
to help
Yeah,
your organization. It's just
exactly.
like, yeah, exactly. Yo, man, hit
Yeah.
this one for me right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's some dollars to help the cause. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, so you
I
can come
get
out, Mike. You can be in the golf cart with me, and we'll just ride around and look.
You know, that's what I do now.
That's what I do.
That is what I do. Alrighty, on the mic, Mike. How can people find you out there?
BTM, so Boys to Men, BTMVA like Virginia.org. Reach out to us. Our number's there. There's a contact form. You can reach out. We actually even encourage our youth. If you've got something going on, you can always pull it up on your phone, send us a message, let us know what's going on so that we can then bring it up in circle and address what's happening. So thank you always, Mike. Thank you for what you do for the community. Thank you for letting groups like us step into this space, share about our mission and our passion. And thank you for bringing your passion back to us, because if it wasn't for you and you amplifying us, it'd be hard for us to get the message
It's
out.
cool. You know, it's always a pleasure. I love when you guys come through. Erica, Keegan, you know, like I said, you guys got a friend now. Anything you need, just let me know. On the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond. We got to go away and take a break. So make sure you take a listen to